In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to mask and track to hide this circle. And this will work in both the free and paid version. And what you're going to learn can be used for lots of different things. Let's say that you want to hide a logo that's moving around on screen, or you want to hide something that's in the background of a wall. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to do just that. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Alli, and Will and I release weekly tutorials all about videography, video editing, as well as gear reviews, and I'm almost finished working on a tutorial teaching people the basics of color correction in DaVinci Resolve. It is not going to go over your head like a lot of the other tutorials out there I've seen. I'm going to teach you how to use the color tab so that you actually feel confident to start using it. So to stay in the loop and see that video when it comes out, subscribe to our channel. Now let's hop into Resolve and check this out. Okay, so we're in Resolve's edit page, and I have this clip of this woman holding an iPad. I don't know about you, but whenever I'm working with stock footage and I see this circle, I find it distracting, and I always remove it, or hide it, I should say, which is what we're about to do. First thing is we're going to select the clip, hold down Alt or Option on your keyboard, and drag up to the V2 track to create a duplicate clip. We'll be using this duplicate to create a mask that we'll cover the circle with. Next, disable the video 1 track to turn off its visibility. We don't want to be able to see the original clip because if we could, we wouldn't be able to easily see our mask and it would just make things confusing. So with our playhead over the beginning of our clip, with our V2 track selected, let's go over to the color page and click on the power window to open it up. This will show several different shape options that you can choose to create your mask with. Personally, I tend to use the pen tool because it allows you to freestyle your own shape easily. Let's go up to the image here, and I'm going to choose this blank part of the iPad that's a more solid color without any distracting elements to draw my mask, which now gives us this tall triangle shape. This will be the part of the iPad that we use to cover the circle. Now, the decision of the shape of the mask that you're going to create should be made on a clip-to-clip basis. I'm choosing to draw a mask that's a rectangle and larger than the circle because this rectangle mask will blend better with the rest of the iPad and make it a lot less noticeable compared to if we were to draw a circle mask in this particular case. Okay, so we've got our mask. Next, let's go up to the nodes, and you'll notice that the preview of our masked area is visible here, but the clip itself hasn't been affected yet. That's because we have to right-click and choose Add Alpha Output. Let's click and drag to connect these blue points, which now shows only the mask with transparency all around it. And if your mask doesn't look like this and it isn't inverted, you can click this button, and there you go. I'll just click it again to outvert? What's the opposite of invert? I don't know. Let's click it again to show our mask. And zoom in to get a closer look by, for me on my mouse, scrolling up lets me zoom in, clicking using the middle mouse button and dragging so I can see the mask. If you don't have a mouse with a middle button, you could also click on this drop-down menu to zoom in. Next, let's go to this drop-down menu and choose off so that we don't see the power window borders. Okay, and the edges of our mask are quite pronounced, so let's go to soften and increase it to feather those edges more, to sort of blend them more. I'm liking around 0.76, and you can always readjust the amount of softness later if you need to, once you see how your mask blends with the entire image. Just wanted to let you know that. So when you're happy with your mask, you can go back over to the edit page. Let's enable the V1 track, which has our original clip on it so we can see it. And with the mask clip selected, let's go over to our inspector. Under Transform Position X, let's drag that position over so that our mask covers the circle. Okay, the position there should be good. Let's pop back over to the color page, go into our tracker window, and we're going to track this mask. Before we do, I just want to point out that depending on your clip, you can turn any of these pan, tilt, zoom, rotate, and 3D on or off. I tend to leave them all on because with the footage I've worked with and done different tests with, I haven't noticed a huge difference in some of them being turned off compared to leaving them all on. So now with my playhead at the beginning of the clip, because that's a good spot to start tracking your mask from, I'm going to press this right arrow icon and DaVinci's going to try to track this mask to the movement of my iPad. Now, I found sometimes DaVinci does an awesome job and sometimes it just does an okay job. Looks like in this case, it's just done an okay job. And that's fine because you can manually adjust the position of your mask on the frames where it reveals the circle underneath. I'm going to need to work frame by frame to do this, so let's select frame. And you can either use your right or left arrow on your keyboard to move through the clip, or you can drag your cursor until you notice a spot where your logo, or in this case, the circle is showing through, and then you can go up to your image, click on the mask, and move it accordingly. And you'll notice that when you move the position of your mask, a keyframe is created here in the tracker window to hold the mask's new position. I'll continue moving my cursor throughout the clip until I notice any other spots where the mask isn't completely covering the circle and readjust accordingly. Okay, I'm going to turn off the power window for a sec to see how my adjustment's looking and scrub through. Okay, and it looks like we've done a good job of covering that circle. So let's check out the before and after. Okay, that looks great. So there you go. That's how to mask and motion track in Resolve. If you like the music in this video or you want to know the film gear that we use and recommend, check out the description below. And we have a Resolve playlist with tons of other tutorials on our channel. So if you want to learn more about working in Resolve, check that out. Subscribe to stay in the loop for that color correction tutorial. I'm almost finished, and we'll see you in another video.